we've just launched a huge program called Change the Game. Okay, we are really looking to recruit people who have that mindset to challenge the status quo, to bring in fresh thinking, and to alter the things in the system. So this is a program which is in Middle East, Africa, as well as India. So I'd request everybody, whoever is studying out there, to form teams of 2 and log on to the site and enter. If you come up with an idea, and if you come up with something which we truly believe is path-breaking and game-changing, you could end up with a job with PepsiCo globally or in India. So please do log on to the site and do that. We are really looking for game changers. A few weeks ago, I did a webcast for 15 business schools with about 2,800 students on the concept of what should you look for in an MBA. Okay, so that was well received. We spent about 1.5 hours there. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that we are doing on campuses right now. A business school degree is a width degree. Okay, and what I was advocating was you must choose your passions and really go deep in those passions. If your passion is marketing, if your passion is finance, if your passion is IT, okay, don't just stay at, okay, I've done 3 courses, as much as dwell deep into it. Equally, when you're looking at companies, try and ensure that there's a good fit between your passion and what that company does. First, we look for somebody with a winning mindset, number 1. Second, we look for somebody with a learning agility, because we believe that you need to learn and unlearn very, very quickly today. Third, we look for somebody who is a great team player. I believe those 3 things are there, the person will succeed in any organization. I think the overall MBA degree can do with a lot more change, which has to be driven by industry and academia both together. For example, the syllabus and what we taught 10 years ago, 20 years ago, digital marketing wasn't part of it at all. I think the whole business model, as well as the way business is run, as well as the way the consumers are interacting with us, is completely digital. I would really put a big slug of digital subjects in there very, very clearly. The next is, I would say 20 years ago, were the days of independent growth. You could grow on your own, you didn't need anybody. But in today's world, I believe is the world of dependent growth, where you have to work with other people in the ecosystem. So I believe forging partnerships and looking at things like that in a different way is extremely important. Third, I would think is the role of technology itself, and the way technology is disrupting business as well as affecting consumers and employees. I think those are big, big fundamental changes which I think future generations need to think about and be taught in that world. And finally, I would say is responsiveness. The clock speed of innovation of companies, every single thing is churning out faster and faster. So how do we get our people to think on their feet almost every day? I think those are the things we need to do. Need to make it a lot more practical. I would actually advocate that professors in business schools should actually go and do short internships with companies in the strategy department, in the marketing department, in the sales department, etc., so that they can take back the industry current thinking and ensure that their students are prepared for the future world. I think social media will be a huge force in the future world. I think today consumers talk to each other and trust each other a lot more in social media. And I think all good brands will listen into the conversations around their brands in social media and intervene to ensure that they get the best mileage out of whatever the conversation is. I would think if you look at a future world over the next 20 years, I think you'll need refresher courses almost every 3 to 5 years. And I would advocate actually a lot of the senior managers to go back to business school for a week or 2, learn the new concepts and what's happening out there and come back. I think that's a big opportunity for B-schools itself as a program.